quite literally is a stretch, or should I say fold. My 30s had thrown me into the most intense ebb and flow of my life. One moment, I was grounded in the joy of celebrating my nephew's birthday, fulfilling my auntie duties.
Turn around. Let me see the back. Yeah, nice. I got work too, so you ready? Go ahead. Go. How old are you now? All right, ready? 21 on the picture. Ready? 20. Ready? Behind the ready?
The next, I was catapulted into an overwhelming and unfamiliar state, the onset of grief. How does one grieve the living? With each rise and fall, I felt myself teetering on the edge of unconsciousness.
Oh, I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
So I threw myself wrist deep into flour, water, salt, and the pungent aroma of a bubbling starter.
It got like a little crust on it. Is that supposed to happen? It's not a lot. It was, I had to flatten it.
I needed and needed anything to distract me. In the words of everyone's favorite internet cousin, Evelyn from the internets, everybody needs an activity. I tried many, but baking sourdough required the most focus and effort, at least for me. The stress and anxiety weren't reduced, just transferred. Each hour brought a new obsession. Would my dough rise to perfection? Would the flavor and texture endure the firing? Still, it was a welcome distraction, even as thoughts of my grandmother's sudden brain damage simmered in the back of my mind.
Play some music on YouTube Music.
Now playing YouTube Music.
Days before my grandmother's episode, I had sensed a spiritual disturbance. God called me to fast. Why? I wasn't sure, but I obeyed, as I always do when I feel that pull. I've accepted my role as a conduit for divine messages. Sometimes God places me on the front lines of spiritual warfare. This wasn't new for me.
You're too faithful to fail me. You're too faithful to disappoint me. Oh Jesus, you've proven yourself. In my life. I've come to realize. I'll testify of the seas that we crossed.
In 2010, on the day my father passed, I awoke in my New Jersey dorm feeling inexplicably ill. The night before, I'd gone to bed perfectly fine, but that morning, I felt weak, nauseous, and my throat burned. By afternoon, my father lay intubated and coding in a New York ICU. It was as though my body had been tasked with bearing some of the weight of his transition. So when the call to fast came again, I heeded it. Unsure what I was meant to prevent or protect, I prayed fervently, covering my home and my loved ones. Was my grandmother the target? An innocent bystander? Was I meant to intercede or simply hold space? The questions swirled as 3 days of fasting turned to 4, then 6. Halfway through, my grandmother was hospitalized. A stroke had left her with sudden brain trauma. The news shook me to my core. Should I break my fast with a sorrowful binge? I couldn't bring myself to visit her in the hospital. The thought of seeing her, once so vibrant, so sharp, now dazed and delusional, felt insurmountable. I missed our spontaneous limes and our weekly chats. Her wisdom pouring out as effortlessly as her laughter. Grieving her felt premature and unbearable, yet grief found me anyway.
It is 4:12 a.m. Monday morning. I'm up. My starter was fed Saturday and it looked great, and now it's flat again. Still a little bit of bubbles, so I'm going to feed it because I'm feeling like I want to make something. Whatever. I'm going to feed it. Then I'm going to wash my hair. So I want to have it fed, so when I come back down after washing and doing my hair, it should have risen. So that's the plan. That's the plan.
Amid the fasting and prayer, I turned to baking, as if grounding my hands in dough could anchor my spirit. Every fold of dough felt like an offering, every rise a silent prayer. The act of creating something tangible amidst the intangible chaos grounded me. The rhythm of the process, measuring, mixing, waiting, became a meditation. It didn't solve the pain, but it gave me space to hold it. Sourdough became a metaphor for this season of my life. It requires patience, resilience, and trust in unseen forces. A slow and imperfect transformation. My pretzels came out too dense. My ciabatta was too sour and crunchy. But each one was a testament to trying, failing, and trying again. My bagels are now up to the standards of my New York taste buds. My loaves, what they lacked in color, redeemed themselves in taste. Losing my desire for instant gratification, I embraced the fullness of God's timing. Grieving the living is a peculiar kind of heartbreak. You mourn what was and what might never be again, all while hoping for a miracle. It's an ache that defies resolution, but somewhere between the mixing bowls and the rising dough, I learned to hold that ache with tenderness. I'm still learning. Sourdough didn't save my life, but it taught me how to hold space for pain, to find grace in waiting, and to embrace the slow, unseen work of healing. If life feels unlivable, perhaps it's time to need.